in a fight. He'll go home sore and broken. He'll know he's been in a fight.
Are you willing to agree to that rehydration clause?
That.
No?
He ain't making excuses already. If you want to come up with the big boys, come up with the big boys.
So how does the fight happen? Because he's too small otherwise.
Well, then that's that to him. But don't be talking in the ring and then want to come up with something.
Thank you, Conor.
Thank you. And Shakur, Wembley, locked in. Be ready. You want the rehydration clause? You gotta pay. Yeah? I still smash your first fight down at 147 in 3 years. And I'll still give it to you.
After a decisive win over Lopez that earned him titles in 4-weight classes, Shakur Stevenson set his sights on Conor Benn, daring him to step in the ring under the same rehydration limits used in the Chris Eubank Jr. fight.
Let's make it happen. Really got keep fucking. Let's make it happen. Okay? Eddie, I want him.
Benn fired back by questioning Stevenson's physicality, claiming he was undersized and lacked power. He also made it clear he would not agree to a rehydration restriction, which has since emerged as a major obstacle in any potential negotiations.
Fighter, phenomenal fighter. Boring, but he's a future pound for pound great, you know what I mean? He's a good fighter, but boring.
Were you surprised at all that the cards were what they were and that it was
I was surprised he made the fight look as easy as he did. Very surprised. Credit to him.
What do you think about his call out, Conor?
He can get it. You think I'm worried? Yeah, he will know he's been in a fight. He'll go home sore and broken. He'll know he's been in a fight.
Are you willing to agree to that rehydration clause?
That.
No?
He ain't making excuses already. If you want to come up with the big boys, come up with the big boys.
So how does the fight happen? Because he's too small otherwise.
Well, then that's that to him. But don't be talking in the ring and then want to come up with something.
Thank you, Conor.
Stevenson said his goal is to achieve major milestones in boxing and that he welcomes tough matchups. Responding to doubts about his height being an issue against Conor Benn, he expressed full confidence in his ability to silence critics.
I'm into big fights. I like big fights. I like big money fights. I like proving that I'm the best, and I like doing things that people say I can't do. There's a lot of people that will say that I'm too little for Conor Benn, and I can't do it. So it makes for a tremendous fight. It's gonna be a good beef. I like the beef. I like the story behind it. And it's a tremendous fight.
Just wanted to follow up on the Conor Benn conversation. I saw him after the fight, and I just asked him, I said, hey, would you agree to that rehydration clause? And he said, F no. So my question for you is, how does that fight get made then?
If he's not going to agree, then we probably don't fight. So he's just wasting time. We'll see, but I'm a businessman at the end of the day. And like I said, he did a rehydration clause with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank was in the ring half dead. Why can't he do the same?
He added that the build-up to a possible fight with Conor Benn would create plenty of tension. Stevenson said he's looking forward to the rivalry, suggesting the drama and intensity could elevate the matchup both in and out of the ring.
It's gonna be a good beef. I like the beef. I like the story behind it, and it's a tremendous fight.
Excuse me. Yeah. Shakur Kevin Garcia. I just wanted to follow up on the Conor Benn conversation. I saw him after the fight, and I just asked him, I said, hey, would you agree to that rehydration clause? And he said, F no. So my question for you is, how does that fight get made then?
If he's not going to agree, then we probably don't fight. So he's just wasting time. We'll see, but I'm a businessman at the end of the day. And like I said, he did a rehydration clause with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank was in the ring half dead. Why can't he do the same thing?
Benn recently labeled Stevenson as dull, suggesting his style doesn't offer much excitement. He questioned Stevenson's in-ring approach, arguing that it lacks aggression and creativity, making his fights easier to anticipate.
And he's a great fighter, you know, and he's a future pound for pounder. But ultimately, he's boring as fuck. I mean, oh my gosh, boring. But he's a great fighter. Depends what you like to watch. I like entertainment. I like value for money.
Did you not think that it was a dominant performance? That in turn...
It's dominant, but that means it was exciting or entertaining.
So is that not a fight that you would want? Because I know you want
We can do it next, no problem. If he wants it next, he can have it. He ain't going to call me out. You know, I'm here in his home city, do you know what I mean?
Why are you levels above, in your opinion, then, Shakur?
It's not even levels above. He's a smaller man and I'd use that to my advantage. I'm too explosive and I punch a lot harder.
Look, earlier I saw you with Rolly Romero. It got a bit heated in front of me. What happened there?
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure, but I'm just on smoke.
Is that the fight you want next, then?
And listen, all of them can get it. I'll come over here and fight them all over here.
You said yesterday that that was the fight that you wanted to make, and on the red carpet you were saying to him, let's make
Listen,
it now.
I feel like Ryan Garcia's the fight to make, but if that fight don't materialise, well, listen, I ain't sure what.
Eddie Hearn has added to the buzz, while sounding optimistic about the matchup. However, finalizing the fight will depend on the details, specifically timing, weight agreements, and contract terms.
Fully confident he'd win the fight. I didn't think he'd win it as widely as that. It made him look average in there. And that's because Shakur is so good, his IQ is so good, his footwork is so good. I actually think he could have stopped here, but didn't need to. It was so easy. He's a 4-division world champion at 28 years of age. Phenomenal. I think sometimes people think that you know, Teo can do a little bit more, but like every time he tried to, he was just getting countered, peppered, and yeah, it was phenomenal to watch. I still dream of Conor Benn winning a world title. We also squared off with Rolly Romero tonight. There's another potential fight. His Excellency talked about a Ryan Garcia fight in September. Shakur's, you know, these guys are DMing each other saying let's fight. So we'll see. The plans are well and truly underway for Conor, and hopefully we can get that fight locked in for May. Conor, like, as soon as he heard his name, he was straight in there. So that's what you get for me. As I always say, it's on site with Conor Benn, and looking forward to getting his next fight.
Edgar Berlanga shared his enthusiasm for a potential showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Conor Benn in London, saying it would be a massive event for fans. He pointed to both fighter skill sets and star power, calling it a high-profile, must-see matchup.
What do you make of his performance this evening?
BTA. Easy work, man. My brother did his thing. I'm proud of him.
Look, people did have him as a favourite going in, but he dominated that fight in emphatic.
I texted him that last night. I said, going in, just dominate him. And that's exactly what he did. You know, he shout out to Shakur. You know, he did his thing, and I'm proud of him.
There's a lot of talk about him in the pound-for-pound list. Where does that put him now?
One of the greats. Future great for sure. Future legend.
Last one for you. We saw Conor Benn get in the ring. They had a bit of a heated
That's going to be a good
there.
one, man. They got to do that in London.
Is that a fight you want to see, though?
Hell yeah. Conor Benn is my brother, too, man. So that'll be a goodie right there, you know?
Who's going to win that fight, then?
I don't know. No comment. Those are my brothers, man. They're going to make a lot of money. That's
Trainer Wally Moses has weighed in on rehydration clauses, explaining that they are meant to limit how much weight a fighter can regain after the official weigh-in. The goal, he said, is to prevent one boxer from entering the ring with the significant size advantage. Stevenson has linked a potential fight with Conor Benn to such a clause, pointing out that Benn previously accepted similar terms in bouts with Chris Eubank Jr., arguing it helps maintain fairness. While Moses has not publicly offered a detailed breakdown of Benn versus Stevenson, his coaching philosophy focuses on defense and technical precision, areas where he appears to believe Stevenson holds an advantage.
Would you like to see Shakur campaign up moving forward? He's flirted with going back to 135. The Conor Benn fight's been talked about a lot tonight.
Unfinished business at 135, and you know, the 130 Conor Benn and all that. Those things is things that he wants. See, the one thing is Shakur will take on any task. He don't like a challenge. He loves a challenge. So anybody challenge him, he can get it. You're lucky he didn't have to fight Anthony Joshua. He didn't challenge.
Conor Benn, it sounds like, you know, the guy went after it a little bit, which is great, right? I mean, it kind of builds up something, but that's another weight class, right? Another 7 pounds.
It's another weight class, but you know, when I seen Conor Benn, you know, just now, you know, he came up there with the aspect like he's a really big guy, but he's not a really big guy, you know, so I don't want to think he got so much power and he's so strong, you know. He's not no killer. You see him? Seem like a killer to you?
Eddie Hearn addressed the possibility of a Conor Benn versus Shakur Stevenson matchup, outlining the challenges involved. He described Stevenson as a once-in-a-generation talent, pointing to his dominant win over elite competition and his achievement of becoming a 4-division world champion at just 28 years old. Hearn noted that while Stevenson is extremely difficult to beat, moving the fight to 147 pounds could help balance the matchup, giving Benn an edge in size and power. He added that Benn is fearless and willing to face anyone, but still lacks experience at the world-class level. Hearn also acknowledged that Benn's refusal to agree to a rehydration clause remains a major complication in making the fight.
Conor Benn versus Shakur something you would like to?
They DM each other like every other day about it. They go back and forward, back and forward. Conor Benn will fight anybody. You know, I think what Shakur proved tonight is that he is just a generational talent. I mean, he made an elite fighter look very, very average tonight, and to be a 4-division champion at 28 years of age is unbelievable. And the way that he's doing it, he's not even coming out first gear. So Conor Benn would have a massive challenge on his hands, but he's up for anything. I want to see Conor Benn win a world title. He also faced off with Rolly Romero tonight, which is a great fight in the welterweight division. So Conor Benn will fight anybody. I have no fear of that.
Eddie in the back, Kevin Garcia. Just a follow-up question on the Conor Benn thing. One, do you think that, I know you just said it'd be a massive challenge for Conor, but is it a bridge too far? You know, going to 147?
Well, I think that's the only way Shakur's going to get beat. Like, you know, on a level playing.
For the moment, Hearn said he's interested in seeing Conor Benn challenge for a world title at 147 pounds. He acknowledged that it would be a difficult task, but highlighted Benn's power and determination as qualities that could help him compete with top-tier opponents. While the matchup remains unlikely, it is certainly compelling.
It's very difficult for Shakur to get beaten by anybody, because the level playing field probably for him is 135. I actually thought he looked quite powerful at 140. I actually thought he could have stopped Teofimo Lopez if he would have maybe put his foot on the gas. Didn't need to, but I thought his punches looked solid in there tonight. I thought he looked like he had the heavier hands of the two. So, but Conor Benn can crack at 147, and he's a big 147. So, you know, what he's lacking in probably a little bit of experience at world level, he's making up for inside.
Here's my follow-up question. I asked Conor after he got out the ring, you know, would he take that fight on with the rehydration clause? He said no. He said F no, to be exact. How does that fight get made then, ever?
I mean, it's up to Shakur, you know. I mean, look, I think that it's a kind of like a fantasy matchup. I don't think that Shakur necessarily has plans to move to 147. You can speak to him about that soon. But, you know, when people talk about the rehydration clause, people say, well, Eubank had a rehydration clause. Conor moved up 2 weight divisions to fight Eubank. And ultimately, you get what you negotiate. So that's what we agreed to. It's up to Conor Benn whether he does the same. But he would only be, you know, he'd be coming down to his natural weight. So, and Shakur now will be coming up 1 division.
Last question, do you want to see that fight?
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's just a tough fight. Like, you know, like I said, Conor has the size advantage, he can really punch, and I think he's live against anybody, but, you know, Shakur has great experience. And I would like to see Conor Benn fight for a world title at 147, and I think those fights, I think Conor's going to get better.
This isn't the first time Shakur Stevenson has challenged Conor Benn. Their rivalry has been building for months, even before Stevenson's explosive post-fight call-out. Earlier in 2025, Stevenson publicly targeted Benn, offering to move up in weight and wait for the matchup, and also called him out on social media. The tension spilled into interviews and studio appearances, where the two engaged in heated exchanges, trading barbs over style, skill, and toughness.
I'll come back down and fight you at 147 in November.
November, yeah. I'm down.
Done. I'll fight you at 147.
I'm down.
I'll fight you at 147. No. I don't hear no excuses. I don't hear no excuses.
After I beat you, just tell me I'm great.
But you ain't great. Listen, you know what?
No. After I beat you.
I'm not gonna chat. I watched the fight. Your IQ's phenomenal.
Appreciate you.
Phenomenal.
Appreciate you.
You're not that good. You're not that good looking though.
Appreciate you.
So you can't take that one. Okay. But I will battle you at 147.
So we're gonna make the fight happen at 147. After I beat you, are you gonna tell me I'm great?
No, I'm not gonna tell you you're great.
Why?
Because I don't.
If I beat you, I move up 2 weight classes to beat you.
If you beat me, I will. You know what? I'll tell you you're great.
And if you beat me, I'll tell you great.
All right, done.
But you're not beating me.
As far as stipulations go, that's a pretty simple one.
That's it.
All he wants is.
All I want is your respect. That's all.
Oh, you have my respect anyway.
Yeah. You got my respect too, bro. You're a hell of a fighter, bro.
But listen, you come up to 147. That's where I'm at my most dangerous.
That don't scare me.
It shouldn't scare you. You're a fighter. If it did scare you, I'd be very worried.
I got a question for you.
But I see you coming in with your glasses on because you don't want to look me in the eye.
Excuse me, brother. I like how you said that.
Excuse me, brother.
Stevenson reinforced their rivalry by highlighting his extensive boxing background. He noted that he began training at just 5 years old and has spent 23 years in the sport, emphasizing both his experience and confidence. Stevenson insisted that, with such a long career, Benn would not be able to overcome him, arguing that his lifelong training and honed skills would give him the advantage if the two ever faced off.
How many amateur fights you had?
22, 23.
When did you start boxing?
17.
17 years old. You're cooked. You're cooked.
Because of?
You start boxing at what age?
17.
You're cooked.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It's cooked.
You're
What's
cooked.
cooked mean?
Meaning like you're in trouble.
You're cooked.
Of what?
Of me.
Of you.
Why
Of taking
do you
the
say
piss.
that? Why is the 17 the indication that
I
he's...
started boxing when I was 5 years old. I'm in this game. I've been in this game for 23 years. How many years you been in this?
It doesn't matter. We can do it.
You can't beat
Listen,
me.
That's fine.
You can't beat me.
That's fine. I love a
how I
challenge.
feel.
He's making me want to get up now and chin.
yeah.
You're making me want to get up now
You're
and
not
have
gonna
a
do
fight.
that. You're not gonna
No,
do
but
that.
you're making me get up now and want to have a
You're
fight.
not going to do that though, champ.
Well, I know, but I know right now if we was to handle it, I'd handle it.
Bro, that's your opinion. You're supposed to have your opinion.
Yeah, it's good.
But look. We're boxers. We're boxers.
We're fighters, yeah.
Let's keep it boxing.
You're a boxer. I'm a fighter.
Come in and fight me, and I'm going to box your head off.
You do that, and I'll come there and take your head off.
And I'm going to box your head off.
Do your best.
147. Let's make it.
Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez appeared somewhat disappointed during post-fight interviews. He emphasized that, as a professional, he must accept losses with the same composure as victories. Lopez also framed the moment as a broader life lesson, explaining that challenges should be met with the heart of a champion. This showcased his resilience and mental strength. Yet, as the conversation continued, it became clear that beneath this controlled exterior, he was dealing with significant emotional pain. The loss affected him far beyond the confines of a ring, revealing a deeper personal struggle.
Say a record attendance here at MHD.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Tonight, and a lot of those fans coming out for yourself. Proud that you've been able to do that as a New Yorker yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually grateful. I'm grateful for it. You know, it's definitely something that was a dream of mine, and we accomplished that. We didn't get the win that we wanted to tonight, but you know, no matter what, we did something more than anything. We brought everybody out here to watch and witness just a greatness. Yeah, really, greatness.
When I saw you walking through the corridor, I said, "How are you?" And you said, "Hey, I've got to take my losses like I take my wins."
Yeah.
Obviously, you have been in this position before, but you seem like a man who, obviously, a little bit deflated, but understanding that that's
What you
part of
talking
life
about?
and it's part
What
of
you talking about, Willis? What you talking about?
Rubbish.
No, honestly, look, I look at it like this. It's a prime example. When life comes at you, it'll come at you in many ways, and you gotta treat it like a champ. That's it. You gotta treat it like a champ. Tell yourself it's okay. I learned from it, and I treat it like a champ.
From the opening bell, Shakur Stevenson controlled both pace and distance, making it difficult for Lopez to establish any consistent rhythm. As the fight progressed, Lopez's frustration became evident. He attempted to adjust and press forward at times, but struggled to gain sustained momentum. In the end, he completed the fight without the breakthrough he had been seeking, and his body language reflected his disappointment. While his reaction was composed, it was clear he left the ring dissatisfied with his performance.
Your thoughts on tonight?
Just grateful to be here, man. That's all.
You put on a performance tonight and unfortunately came up short, but what was it that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson?
Nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the right plan. That's all. Better man won tonight. Good fan.
Do you feel like you'd like to run it back at some point with Shakur? I know you're someone that always wants to event like that time Kambosos beat you. You want to do it straight away, right?
We'll see what happens next, man. I'm gonna let my team do the work on that.
Teofimo, appreciate your time.
Yeah, for sure.
Boxing legend Andre Ward praised Shakur Stevenson for his standout qualities as a fighter. Ward highlighted Stevenson's high ring IQ, athleticism, and ability to adjust during fights, describing him as a blank canvas capable of crafting any strategy with his skills, creativity, and decision-making under pressure, a rare combination at the elite level. Analysts have also noted Stevenson's movement, range control, and tactical versatility, which allow him to consistently outbox top competition. This was on full display in his dominant victory over Teofimo Lopez, where he managed tempo and distance throughout the fight. Ward's comments echo a broader consensus that Stevenson's technical mastery and boxing intelligence were crucial to his decisive win and distinguish him from many of his peers.
He better leave that alone.
What did you think of Shakur's performance
He
tonight?
did what he had to do, man. You know, there's always room for improvement. You know, I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man. You know, you also got to trust what he's seeing in there. You know, we're on the outside, you know. But I think he put on a tremendous performance, and obviously, you know, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better, you know.
What did you see from the outside that he might?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, like I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that. He could have touched on, but again, he's in there, you know, so he's seeing stuff, he's feeling the punches. We not, so you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going.
He put on well, he tried to get going. He just wasn't allowed to. So it's just the distance and range that Shakur has just perfected throughout the years, and then making him pay when he does that discourages him to not want to punch anymore. And I think he was out of answers in the first round. Honestly, I think he didn't really have any answers. When Teo starts doing little certain things with his hands and starts playing the clown game, he out of answers. He's down to just one shot. So Shakur just stayed focused, stayed locked in. And you know, was at 4 divisions now? 26, 30, 35.
Conor Benn has strongly pushed back against Shakur Stevenson's request for a rehydration clause, turning negotiations into a high-profile talking point. Stevenson suggested a clause limiting how much weight Benn could regain after the weigh-in, similar to the terms Benn accepted in his 2025 bouts with Chris Eubank Jr. Rather than agreeing, Benn reportedly set a steep financial condition, indicating he would only accept such a clause if the fight offered around $20 million. This move effectively made the clause contingent on significant compensation rather than a standard agreement.
He wants a rehydration clause. Yeah, well, he can, you know what, I'm going to keep it PG today, but he can go himself. Yeah. And if he wants a rehydration clause, pay me 20 million, I might consider it. Yeah. 20 million, that's the number. But I'll happily give him a beating for free as well. So it's like a bit of a, like, I'll do it for free, but then also, yeah, if you want a rehydration clause, do it for 20 mil. Yeah. You ain't cool enough.
What are your thoughts on a potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Conor Benn? Share your opinions in the comments below.